You're not gonna believe this. This is the cook's line that broke its terminal the other day. It's been 4 days, everything's been fine. They did temperature checks and they're not temping this morning. So they called me and they're like, hey, like the cabinet you fixed, it's not working. Fair enough. Like, what happened? All I did was change wires, put a new terminal end on, get the thermostat going. It worked fine. This thermostat's dead now, which is crazy because it's Thursday. I guess it's been a week. It's Thursday, and I fixed this on Friday. It's been running just fine. Satisfying, no worries. Now, testing to ground, I got 120 volts on that leg of power to ground, and I got 0 on that leg of power, and I don't get any, even when I turn it off, I don't get any response at all. But you can look back at the video, I got it last time. I carry this thermostat in the truck, so not a huge deal, but now it's full of food because it's not terrible out. And I got to take all this out to expose that because the temperature probe here goes in the evaporator. Freaking, right? Owners wouldn't believe it if I didn't have a video. This has nothing to do with my repair before, right? You've dealt with this, but how does it not seem that way? Okay, I don't like being a parts changer. So what I'm doing is I've jumped the thermostat for right now, and she's running. I'm gonna let this thing run for 20-30 minutes. I'm gonna watch the box pull down. It's never gonna satisfy, but I wanna watch the compressor run. I wanna make sure the refrigeration system is good. Once we know it is, I'm gonna put in a new digital thermostat, and I'm not gonna put it in here. I'm gonna pull a trickery and I'm gonna put it on the back side, which I'll show you why, because here I'm only interrupting a hot leg of power, and I need to run a neutral in order to get power to my box. Well, on the back side, I have all the electrical I need, and then all I have to do is run a temperature probe into the box. So let's wait for this to pull down, and then we'll get going. All right, let me explain this guy and why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is just an Inkbird thermostat, 120 volts. It can run up to 10 amps, and you got to watch that. So I checked the tag on this unit, and it only runs 7.5 amps, so we're good. So here we go. Explain how I'm going to do this, because it seems strange, but I promise this is the easiest way. 1 and 2 is power coming in. So I've got line in running to 1, neutral running to 1, and those are going to get, obviously connected in. Then 7 and 8 are my cooling circuits. You have to bring the power over to it. So I've brought line in into 7, right? And then when the thermostat calls for cooling, it connects them and sends them out 8. So black wire here sends power to my thermostat and ready to activate the compressor. And my neutral, which hooks up here and then continues on to the compressor, so that the neutral wire is running to the white wire of the compressor, always there, and the 8 leg of power, which only comes on with the thermostat, runs to the other side. They never had a temperature control that they dealt with, so I'm not worried about making this public. I'm installing this in a place it's easy for me to install. They're not going to hit it and mess it up, and the wiring will be quick and easy. So I'll show you what I'm doing with that, and then all I have to do is pass a temperature probe into the cabinet. All right. So power down the controller, power down the compressor. I wasn't able to put this temperature probe where I really wanted to, so we're gonna do this way. We set this for 29 degrees. I'm doing air temperature, not coil temperature, and the problem with that is it creates frosting up issues. So I'm gonna set this for 29. Okay, well, let's do it different. We're at 39, let me show you that it works. Temperature set, okay? We're gonna set this for 42, 44, and when I lock it in, cool light goes off, compressor shuts down. All right, go back to temperature settings, okay? We're gonna set this for 29. If I were in the coil, I'd probably be setting it for 24 or so. Well, see, here's the catch. All right, if we make the air temperature 32, then you have to take the differential, and it's just math, right? So if we make this 10, then it wouldn't come back on until 42. Well, that's too hot. So 32 and 6 is 38. So let's do that. So now it's going to pull down to 32, and it's only going to rise up to 38. And in theory, if the temperature in the box is from 33 to 38 degrees, any ice on the coil will be melting while it comes back up. So this causes frost up problems if they're in and out of the cabinet a lot. So we'll see if we have to adapt how things go. I've got some wire management, and this is actually just going to strap in here. I don't want them interacting with it. I don't want them touching it. So yeah, there you go. Lots to clean up in here, but we are back to temping.